That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, before we get into the video, I want to do something that I meant to do for a while now, to be honest. I need to give Toothpaste a shout out. I know a lot of y'all, especially everybody in the Flock Patreon, pretty much knows Toothpaste. He has been a member of the Flock on Patreon for over a year now, consistently chatting, and he has started chatting a little bit more, and that's because he recently graduated nursing school, so I just want to give you a massive shout out. I mean, that's a big milestone, and everybody, if you can, go down to the comment section and just congratulate him. And yeah, I mean, congrats, man. Super happy for you. And what we're going to be doing in this video is we are going to be going through and we are going to be identifying the best asset in Dynasty Fantasy Football that you can go out there and trade for. And now I know a lot of people think that this is going to be a player. I know a lot of people think this is going to be a certain player type. But no, actually, what it's going to be is it's going to be 2022 rookie picks. And obviously, I have about 10 reasons why you should go out there and do this. About 10 different reasons why I think that these are not only the safest assets that you can invest into, but also the assets that are guaranteed to gain value over the next 5 or 6 months. So if you're watching this in June, July, August, no, you already missed the boat. I mean, you already missed out on your shot to make a solid investment. But if you're watching this right now in February, March, April, anywhere in that time period, I think that this video is specifically made for you. And also at the end of the video, I will go down and I'll talk a little bit about the class of rookies. I'll highlight some key players at key positions, maybe guys that you've heard their names before, and I'll give you a little bit of background, but that's not going to be the focus of the video. The focus of the video is just why we are wanting to invest into these picks. And yeah, let's get into it. Drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what to do. And there are a couple reasons why we want to invest into these picks. And the biggest reason is right now in your Dynasty formats, this is a big thing in the psychology of Dynasty players when they go to make trades, is whatever platform you are playing on. We all know that how your trades are laid out is if you're going to go to propose something, you have your 2021 rookie picks, and then underneath that, you have your 2022 rookie picks. And that just makes us think that they are so far away. It makes us think, okay, these are assets that we don't need to think about for a very, very long time. And we go through, and a lot of assets like that, I'm not necessarily a massive fan of trading for because I don't want to wait 3 years to see an impact. But where we are right now at this point of the season, we go, okay, we are not going to have to set lineups for another 6-7 months. So we don't have to worry about points at all. All we have to worry about is value. We don't have to worry about team needs. We don't have to worry about setting the lineup. We just need to make sure that we are accruing the most value on our roster possible. So how we are going to do that is we are going to take advantage of people having a misperception of where these players are going to start scoring points. Because right now, a lot of players that people are trading for, just say you trade for Cam Akers, you trade for J.K. Dobbins. While those are guys I love, you're just making that trade going, okay, these are players that are going to have an immediate impact for me. And you hear a 2022 rookie pick, and you go, oh my gosh, I'm not going to get to make that pick for like a year and a half. What is that going to do for me? And obviously you're not thinking that at the forefront of your mind. You're thinking that in your subconscious mind when you're going out and evaluating those own picks. But what we need to understand is, yes, while those players and those picks will not be scoring points for another 19 months or so, we don't need to hold them that long. You don't need to have them on your roster until they get to the rookie draft. What we want to do is we want to take them on, and then after your rookie draft in 2021, what's going to happen is when you then go to make trades, those 2021 rookie picks that are no longer available are not going to be showing up in the trade discussion. We know that, yes, you'll have your rookies loaded on, like a Najee Harris, like a Kyle Pitts, those exciting young prospects. But as soon as you enter trade discussions, what's going to happen? Our players are going to go, okay, so let's make this trade. Say I want to go out there and get whoever it is, Patrick Mahomes, and we are trying to balance it out. Those 2022 rookie picks are now the soonest rookie picks that are going to be available in trade. So they are going to naturally increase in trade value. And I know this sounds so dumb, but if you play in Dynasty Leagues enough, if you've just done this long enough to see how Dynasty players operate as well as the market, those are going to be the most valuable picks you can have because they're really the only picks that you can have. And what we are also going to see is we are going to see a ton of owners get impatient. Now, this is something that I always talk about. It's my most frustrating thing that I have with people asking me on Patreon going, Mason, what do you think about this team? I feel like I need to do X, Y, and Z. And they're really just itching to make a trade. And that's all I have to say at the end of it because they'll have a fantastic roster, but people get impatient. People want to go out there and just make moves. And we can say for sure in every single league, what ends up happening is after your rookie draft in the offseason, an owner or two will go, okay, let's look at my roster. And they go, crap, I'm probably not in shape to completely dominate this league in 2021. Let me go out and let me trade some veterans for picks. And that's going to open the door because who loaded up on picks when nobody else was really looking to do so for 2022? That is currently us right now trading for those picks. And this is going to be a little bit league dependent on what kind of picks you want to be trading for. In a Superflex format, I am all about just loading up on second round rookie picks, second round rookie picks, second round rookie picks. And this is a little bit due to the class next year. I mean, the class next year, you have Sam Howell, you have Spencer Rattler, you have Kenan Slavis, you also have Jaden Daniels. There are so many exciting quarterback prospects. It's very similar to this draft class. So when you're going to have those 4 or 5 guys go in the first round of next year's rookie draft, you're going to have so much value getting pushed down to the second round where even if you don't necessarily feel comfortable going and just taking that immediate profit and making that flip, then you're going to be left with a ton of second round picks next year that should turn into some solid wide receivers and solid running backs. But in a one quarterback league, I will say we're going to be a little bit more hesitant to trade out for those second round picks. I don't love the evaluation of second round picks in one quarterback formats. I think a lot of people don't necessarily understand the difference between the two formats, and they'll just see a Twitter poll, they'll see someone say on a video what a rookie pick is worth in a Superflex league and think it's worth that same value in a 1 QB league when it's really not. I mean, the classes aren't as deep after you take out the premium quarterbacks in a given format. So in a 1 quarterback league, I'm going to be targeting 2022 first round picks. In a Superflex league, I'm fine with first, obviously, but I think the more appealing trades you could be making are for those second round picks. And another thing that is really nice about trading veterans for these picks right now is we have yet to hit NFL free agency. We have yet to hit the NFL draft. And every single time we go through those two major events in the offseason, players that we perceive to be safe, players that we think have a guaranteed job this next year, they either lose their job or they have to battle for their job in training camp, and they're a little bit more in a running back by committee or in a little bit more of a target squeeze if they're a wide receiver. So what we can do that's extremely nice right now when we know that there is this asset in a 2022 rookie pick that is guaranteed to gain value from the time you're trading for it right now to the time of after your 2021 rookie draft is you can take some of those veteran players that you're unsure of. You can take the guy like an Aaron Jones. You can take the guy like a Kenyon Drake, a Chris Carson, or even some wide receivers in that same range. You can then go out there and trade for those 2022 rookie picks. And if you just really want to compete right away, if you really want some instant production, then after that, you can take those same picks that you traded for and then go at an increased value and trade for veterans in the similar range that you gave away earlier in the year. So what you did in this process is, A, you insulated yourself from any kind of uncertainty on your roster. You didn't have to worry about any player that you were significantly invested into losing out on just say a couple touches a game or just having an overall cloudy outlook coming into the next year. And at the same time, you probably gain some value just because of the way the dynasty market works. So I think that's the best way we can implement this strategy is go and take some of those veteran players that you're not 100% sure on, trade them for 2022 rookie picks, and then later this offseason, when those rookie picks are worth more, then you go trade them for veterans in a similar range, plus another piece on top of it. All right, well, now let's go down to the class that we should talk about. And to be completely honest, in this 2022 draft class, I think what we need to do is we need to highlight a couple quarterbacks. This is going to be specifically for Superflex leagues. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, Mason, but one quarterback leagues, you have to draft rookie quarterbacks regardless. But I'm going to say, no, in a one quarterback league, really, it doesn't matter. So I don't want to focus in on that. But anyway, our first player that we're going to have to talk about is going to be Sam Howe, who's playing in North Carolina. And pretty much he's the consensus #1 overall pick for the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I am not 100% comfortable talking about him and ranking him compared to current NFL veterans. But all we need to know is we need to know that he is currently being discussed to be in that range of a Joe Burrow, in that range of, I don't want to say Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence is just in a completely different tier. I'll say he's going to be a little bit more of that Burrow, a little bit more of that Kyler Murray in what his dynasty value should be. I mean, just a lot of people, especially in Devy leagues, have been excited about Sam for a couple of years now. So yeah, he's already rostered in the original Flock Devy league. I believe Joseph probably took him in that Flock league last offseason, but he should be the 101 until anything changes for next year. And another player that I want to talk about is going to be Spencer Rattler, who was a 5-star prospect going into Oklahoma. Then Jalen Hurts transferred over. Jalen Hurts made it where Spencer Rattler wasn't able to play that first year, but Rattler looked extremely good during stretches in his sophomore year at OU, his first year starting. And we know that in the Big 12, Oklahoma pretty much just drops 50 points on whoever they're playing. So it's extremely hard to try to evaluate those quarterbacks coming out. But with Spencer Rattler, he also has the rushing ability. And on top of that, I mean, all these Oklahoma quarterbacks have provided a decent amount of dynasty value compared to what their cost was coming in. We know Baker Mayfield is still looking like he is going to be an NFL starter for quite some time. Kyler Murray looks like he is going to be an elite fantasy asset. And now Jalen Hurts is now entering that conversation. So Spencer Rattler looks like he's just going to be the next Oklahoma quarterback coming out next year. And in a Superflex league, I'm going to be very excited. And now just some other players. I don't want to dive into them in depth just because I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know enough. I wouldn't feel confident in giving my exact rankings for that class, giving my exact projections on where their running backs and wide receivers are going to end up. But a few names that we need to be keeping our eyes on. We have Breece Hall, Isaiah Spiller at the running back position. Elsewhere at the running back position, I'm not necessarily going to be overly confident in projecting anybody to be at the very top of the list right now. We know last offseason, someone that we thought was going to come out and be an elite level prospect was someone like Chuba Hubbard, and obviously that did not pan out. So not going to be that confident to say the same thing with any of those other running backs. And now at the wide receiver position, George Pickens is the guy that you need to know. Looks like he is going to be most people's consensus wide receiver 1. Now, obviously, that's going to change a lot. Maybe if y'all want, I can do some research and I can make some videos based on those 2022 prospects. But of course, I'm not going to do it if nobody wants it. So let me know down in the comment section below. But thank you guys. I really hope that this video made sense. I know when we go through and we do a little bit more just strategy-based videos, it may sound like I'm rambling at some points, but I think a lot of the information here was solid. And I think that if you go out there and you make that 2022 rookie pick investment, you'll be very happy that you did so 4 or 5 months later. But thank you guys. That's all I got. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.